live, bro.
Okay, so no ready set.
Hold on.
Hold on, yo. Can I press record or what?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Recording
Jeez,
in progress.
you gotta give a man a heads
I
up,
I do.
fam.
I do. I literally just clicked the button. I said,
But you
let's
just
get it.
know, man. No, you know, man is a natural,
I
yo.
I do. You are a natural. You've been doing this for quite some time. And welcome. We are live here at I would say it's a NSD headquarters, but we're virtual. Like we've been doing this virtual from the very beginning.
So a lie. This isn't headquarters. We
The
live in
world is the headquarters.
we live wherever there's
Oh,
Wi-Fi, fam.
that's so true. That's so true. A true degen lives wherever there's Wi-Fi, as long as
But
it's
yo,
plugged in.
here's some alpha for you. This
Yep,
is
that's a
now
clean
now
bug.
come. You feel me?
That's a
You
clean
feel
bug.
me?
That's a clean
If this was
bug.
an NFT, how much are you scooping this for?
Depends on the community. Depends on the community.
It's Starbucks. They're crazy, fam.
Starbucks? If that's an NFT, I'm scooping that. Damn,
Yo,
that I didn't. I couldn't tell that that was Starbucks, so
you
that's well
can
done.
you can only get these if you go to the city that has the city on the cup. You know what I'm saying? I got one from or the city or the state or the country or whatever. I got one from what's the furthest one I got? Turkey.
They got a
Yeah.
Starbucks in Turkey.
You feel me? I got Turkey. I got um Bahamas. I got I don't know. Other ones aren't that exciting.
You truly are a
Detroit,
Starbucks connoisseur.
Detroit,
Okay.
Florida, Houston.
Shout out to the US. Um
What's good in your world, man? Tell me
I'm
what's
ch-
popping, man.
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling, work life, kids and family. Wife is fully in submerged into her business now. She's fully settled in over April. I was telling you that we were building a salon. And so now she's
Okay.
fully submerged in there. It's a good spot, and it's a consistent spot, and I think that's important for a business to be consistent. And then yeah, man, my day to day just selling and creating ads. That's what I do.
Wow. I bet the people didn't even know that that's what you
Nah,
did.
most people don't know what I do on my day to day.
They probably just think you're a professor.
Just Professor Sticks. Not in university though.
On the
Professor on
sticks.
the sticks, exactly.
Professor, I just dropped 21. Give up the sticks, little boy.
Real talk. It's that's actually the original is from NBA 2K. Like just dropping mans, locking up
Ooh.
mans, and just
Ooh.
terrorizing the park. And
Ooh.
Professor Sticks was born, and that has become that's grown into a brand of its own now. Got a little YouTube channel growing that.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
man.
like it. I
But let's
like
jump
it.
into some crypto. Let's jump into some crypto because that's what people are here for. You want to do the intro or should I take it?
Yo, welcome to First Class Podcast.
Natural.
I'm your boy Canucks. As always, joined by my partner in crime, that boy Jimmy, aka Professor Sticks,
Yes, sir.
aka I just made you put down the sticks. And shout out to my dog Jay Boogie, he's out there handling business right now. That man is some of you may or may not know, but yeah, he's a professional athlete. So a certain time comes when he's got to go route some people up, you know, jump over some people's head and catch that football. And so salute to you, Jay Boogie, wherever you're at. I hope that you got sticky fingers. Don't drop the ball, man. Bring home the bacon. You know, that's what they say. But we are here to talk to you about crypto, Bitcoin, NFTs, Web3, everything that happens in this whole blockchain world. And how do we usually start this thing out, Jimmy? Like, what's the first thing on the agenda?
The first thing on the agenda is to go through the market.
All right, well, say no more. Let me pull up the market real quick and see what we're working with. I'll be honest with you, like the market is in a place where in general, anything that's not down 100% is doing pretty good right now. Because it's a bear market. I think it's official to say that we are in the midst of a little bit of a crypto winter. I'm not going to open up fresh wounds, but we've seen the first time in my life a catastrophic uh, top 15 cryptocurrency literally go below 1 cent. That was something that hit a lot of people.
Yep.
And then there was just like fallout that followed that, which brought down some of the top coins to really low levels. Like I'm talking 85, 75, 65% off of their all-time highs. So in the last 7 days, things have been a little bit better. Ethereum is down 11%, XRP 15%, Cardano. I can't even know, man. I don't even know why I keep saying Cardano.
Everybody loves roasting
Solana,
Cardano, but
aka
you know what?
blockchain down. You
It
you
held
know why you
strong.
have to roast Cardano? For the people who don't have context, okay? Cardano is what you call vaporware. Now, if somebody is like a Cardano maxi, like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but the big thing on Cardano is like they're gonna make smart contracts. And then they came out with, after like 15 years of stalling and saying we're gonna make smart contracts and never doing it, they finally came up with their smart contracts. And you know what happened? Nothing. Nothing, fam. They have nothing. There's literally nothing
Man.
there. You can't do
Yeah.
nothing on Cardano. They don't, they're always talking about they're going to Africa and they're giving everybody identity on the blockchain. Fam, we don't believe you. You need more people. So, anyways, I'm not gonna keep banging my drum. Lots of stuff is down, but like down 15% is not bad considering how bad things have been lately.
That's true.
Avalanche 23%. Lido staked Ether is climbing up the ranks by market cap. And now that was one we talked about on another episode. But
Mhm.
Lido staked Ether, if you haven't heard of it, it's basically a way that you can, it's called liquid staking. We know that the merge is coming up with Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap. And that means that there's two Ethereums working right now at the same time. We have the proof of work, the original Ethereum, and then we have what they were calling Ethereum 2.0, which is proof of stake, but they're just calling it Ethereum as well now. But that proof of stake Ethereum, while they are not doing active transactions on it, it is live and running, and they've been testing it for I want to say close to a year now. So you can stake your Ethereum in that Ethereum 2.0 kind of thing, and it's locked up until that merge happens and they make that transition from proof of work to proof of stake. So people wanted to get access to their Ether. That's where Lido comes in, and Lido created this token called stETH, stETH. And it's interesting because the peg between stETH and real Ether was off for some time this week by about 5%. Now, that's not as bad as a stable coin depegging, but what it did present was an opportunity for people to buy staked Ether or the stETH at a discount to what it would be able to be redeemed at later when the merge went through. So you could actually arbitrage that value and just buy that Ether. For every Ether, I believe you would get like, $100 discount if you bought one full coin. So that's just something to understand, like what stETH is and why the market cap is so high. It's because Lido has made it super easy for people to get in on the liquid staking. It's been a topic of conversation on a lot of different crypto people's top of their mind because shoot, they have I think 30% of all the staked Ether
Yeah, I think
wrapped
we
up.
talked about this in a previous episode, actually.
Right, but now we're looking at the top 15 cryptocurrencies and it's there.
Yeah, that's.
So we see that it's not something that's going away.
Mhm.
Vitalik actually commented on it recently and said that maybe they should raise up their fees to discourage people from continuing to pile in on this thing because yes, they have maybe 20 or so validators where the Ether spread out, but it's something to keep an eye on. Long and short of it though, the market, more or less everything's red. As
Yeah.
long as Bitcoin and Ether are red, everything else is more or less going to be red.
Yeah.
And I think this is when you go back to fundamentals, man. This is when you really got to understand, what am I investing in? Why am I investing in it? How long do I plan to invest in it? And, revisit the ideas that you first started out with. If you don't know why, you're invested in something, it's going to be a tough crypto winter, baby.
Yo.
I'm going to let you know it's going to be stress. You're going to feel a tight chest. You might feel a little sweat. You might wake up in the middle of the night and check Coin Market Cap or CoinGecko. Like, it's bad for your health to invest on emotion. So, like, at this point in time, if you were just entering the market with all this stuff down off all-time highs, like, this is where the return on every dollar could be so much greater because you're buying it at these crazy discounts. If you get the right stuff, if you buy trash, like, if we learned anything from that fiasco last week or the week before with Luna, it's that just because something's down a lot, it doesn't mean it can't go down a lot more. Mm-hmm. So don't just blindly buy stuff that is at a discount. You might be getting it truly for its fair value because it is worth nothing. But if we're talking about solid cryptocurrencies, like it or not, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're not going nowhere at all. Everything else is debatable. Obviously, some things have a lot bigger community. They're more proven, etc. Like an Avalanche, right? But the use case, like they're talking about being much cheaper. Well, Avalanche is getting a lot more popular. And it's getting a little bit more expensive, right? Solana is supposed to be a lot faster. Well, the blockchain goes down once a week. They keep calling it the McDonald's ice cream machine. Like, sorry, fam, it's not working right now.
Ouch.
So, but I'm just saying, like, Bitcoin and Ether, they're down off all-time highs, 50, 60%. Yo, I'm scooping those. I'm not really scooping Ethereum because that's not my thing as much, but like Bitcoin, I'm scooping those. If you're an ETH person, like, these are the times you buy the fear, and then you take some profits when people are super excited. And when you look at those charts, I think that's the message I'm taking out of it. And that's the message I'm passing on. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do. If you lose all your money, it's your own fault and you're going to have to hold that L. But me personally, I would suggest that what you truly have the most conviction in, you buy it when people are fearful.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Totally, fam. Yo, have you ever heard of this? Speaking of the fundamentals, there's a couple of things that I learned in traditional finance that I think is worth bringing over to crypto. Have you ever heard of the VIX?
No.
Okay, so
Break
there's
that
this.
down.
Yeah, so there's this thing. It's called the VIX, VIX. Okay,
VIX.
and it's basically it's the volatility index. Okay, and the volatility of specifically the S&P 500 30-day. I think it's the futures or it's like call options or something. Basically, what it measures is investors, how much volatility they feel like there's going to be in the market during the next 30 days. That's the long and short of it, regardless of how it's calculated, because maybe it's a little bit too complicated for this lesson. But let me just quickly show you something. So, you can see my screen.
Yep.
So let me zoom in.
Yeah,
this right here, that dumb thing right there. I know I don't pay for my trading view, folks. Anyways, so this is the VIX, and it looks like any old stock or something like that. But what it is a range. Usually is somewhere between the low teens, and if it gets really high, like this is extremely high. But if it gets high, it's usually in like low 30s. Okay. On a normal time, which is like what is normal, is somewhere between mid to high teens, low 20s. Okay. So today we could see that the VIX was at like 26. If we go back to this spike right here, this is March of 2020. Okay, the 16th of March 2020. So you can see when the market is very uncertain and people believe that the market is going to go crazy in one way or the other, that the VIX spikes. Okay, because they can buy S&P 500 options, and an option is a hedge against volatility. They're either buying or they're selling the volatility of the market. So when the VIX goes up, that means people are hedging a lot. So each of these little spikes right here is a time when the market or when investors felt that the market was getting shaky. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you look over time, over years, you can see these patterns. The market goes up and down, or confidence in the market, sentiment in the market goes up and down, up and down, up and down.
Hmm.
And you can see where we're at right now. I drew these squares so you can see the ranges of like when it's kind of high and when it's kind of low.
Yeah.
We're trending towards the side of being kind of high. Now that doesn't mean the market has to fall. It does not mean that. But what it means is that when I was saying, buy the fear and then sell when people are excited, when the VIX goes up, and like there's no hard rule about it, but if the VIX is like today it's 26, if it's like over 25, if it's like 27, 28, those are times when you can bet that people are starting to feel a little bit of anxiety about the market. Like they're hedging, the 30-day options are there to try and protect positions that they have where they're already long. Long means I bought something and I own it.
Hmm.
Short means I borrowed something and I sold it. So if you're long and you're hedging, that means that you probably think that there's a storm coming. So that might be an indicator that you can take into consideration when you're entering or exiting the market. What's the VIX at? Is the VIX up or is the VIX down? That's like a little thing you could do more research on. But take some skills from traditional finance and bring those into crypto, because we can say that crypto and stocks and real estate, they're all not connected or they're all their own thing, but there is a lot of pour over, right? A lot of the investors, they treat the crypto as a risky part of their portfolio, the same way they would hold a Netflix, which is down 85%, or the same way they would hold a Shopify, which is down like way over 50%, or the same way they would hold Square, which is down like 80%. You know what I'm saying? But if you're holding Bitcoin or you're holding Ether the same way you'd hold tech stocks, then the people would trade them the same way they trade tech stocks, and they behave in your portfolio the same way that those would perform. So use some of the same skills. Look at the VIX. That's my tip.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like just having different tools to make decisions. You want to make educated decisions and not decisions just based on emotions, or just like this person gave me a tip, which might could possibly be insider trading. But what we're saying is that like having these tools to make smarter decisions. I've never heard of the VIX, but I've definitely like I would assume that it's similar to like reading candles and interpreting candles. It's another tool that you're using to make decisions, or going back and seeing if there's similar news in previous days affected prices. These are just different techniques and formulas that people use to make decisions when they're doing their buys or their sells.
Exactly. And like, I know this isn't a trading show, but if there was ever a time when you wanted me to do an intro on, how to read candles, I could definitely
That would
do
be
that just
dope.
to
That would definitely
put
be
people.
dope. I feel like
You want to do a ting?
we should definitely do that. If you're ready to do that right now, I'm down. But I don't. I know you might have had some things prepared, but we could go wherever the flow is. You know what I'm saying?
I'm flowing right now.
We're
Okay.
flowing. Okay.
All right. Look. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Everything in see, I told y'all I don't pay for my joint because I'm cheap, and I all the money that I have that I can put to my investments, I do. So why would I pay for this anyhow? Um, so this is a chart of Bitcoin,
Mhm.
right? And I'm just gonna start out by showing the anatomy of this chart. I'm sorry if this is old to you. Okay, I'm using tradingview.com. It's free. Um, Up here you can see what the asset is, and I also have it in the background, because if you're trading a whole lot of different assets, or if you're looking at charts of a whole bunch of different assets, sometimes it's easier to just have it in the background. You could do that in the settings. um you got the bid and the ask price up here, and then you got the asset Bitcoin versus the US dollar, as opposed to being the Canadian dollar or the euro. 1W means that each one of these candlesticks, that's what they call these things, each one of those represents 1 week. If I wanted to, I could make each one of them represent 1 day, but then there's just way more information to digest. So I look at them on the weekly, partially because I'm not trying to make decisions on a daily basis. I want to look at trends on over a long term horizon, because my investment horizon is long term. I could even look at it over the monthly. if I wanted to see what's really going on over the months, over the years. Okay. On the bottom, on the x-axis, I can see the timeline. So let's just go back to weekly real quick. Bam. So let's look at. All right, we're going to look at weeks. Let's look at what one candle represents, first of all. So this candle right here, I have mine colored black and green. Green means up, and usually red means down, but I feel like red makes me emotional. Yo, straight up, fam. Red make me emotional. Look how much red there would be right here, because these black ones are what would traditionally be red. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 consecutive red candles. Now that psychologically has some type of effect on a person, right? So I put them to black because I don't want to make emotional decisions. And yo, this is just something I do. You don't have to do this. But anyways, when a candle is red, or in this case black, it means that it started higher and finished lower. Okay, it started higher and finished lower. It started higher, finished lower. Started higher, finished lower. Started higher, finished lower. Started higher, finished lower. When a candle is green, it means it started lower and finished higher. Started low, finished high. Low, high, low, high. So green is up, black is down. Okay. Now, each candle represents a week worth of price action. So the top, if it's going down, the top is where the week began. The highest point of the skinny part, that little wick they call it, that is the highest point it went during the week. The low wick is the lowest point it went during the week. And then the box is where it finished the week. So if I zoom in really close, so I really make this point. Where it began the week, where it got during the week, where it got during the week, and where it finished the week. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So now you know what we're actually looking at. I'm sorry for everybody who trades and knows this stuff inside out, but like it's probably just one of the lessons that's not for you. It's always good to revisit the fundamentals though. Okay. Now, the reason why people can look at a chart and try to pull meaning out of it is because what this is showing you the past history of the prices that people were buying and selling at, right? So I could see that for every transaction, there's a buyer and a seller. But if we talked about this last time, if the sellers are more anxious to sell than the buyers, that's going to push the price down because there's more emphasis on the sell portion. The buyers could wait. Like, I'm not trying to buy right now, but the sellers want to get rid of it, then they'll drop their price. You want to sell your house today? You're not going to sell it for $10 million. You're going to sell it for $500,000 because you want to sell it today. If I want to buy a house today, then I'm going to outbid everybody else. So if the buyers are more aggressive, it's going to push the price up. There's always equal number of buyers and sellers, though. It's not that there's more buyers or more sellers. It always has to be one for one. So knowing what all of this represents, you can see at which point, like up here, the sellers have more conviction than the buyers. Over here, the sellers have more conviction than the buyers. Down here, all of these places, these long wicks, it shows where the price tried to go down, but people bought it back up. It tried to go down, but before the weekend, people bought it back up. It tried to go down. No, it went down. Then it tried to go down, and then people bought it all the way back up. You see what I'm saying? So a wick is showing you what it's trying to do, but the actual body of the candle is showing you what happened at the end of the period of time. So long wicks like this are like, you can imagine them as like a battle. It's like a battle, like an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman. They push it all the way down, and then they get pushed all the way back up, and it finishes right here. You feel me?
Yeah.
So this trend was going down, and it got ugly, and then it recovered a little bit, but it's still ugly right now. This is the main thing you got to learn about charts. Step back and look at them from far away. From here to here, is this going up or down?
It's going down.
Yo, that's it. That's it. Yo, if you're not trading on a day-to-day basis, if you're trading on a long-term basis, then you don't never need to look at the minute chart, the hour chart, the 4-hour chart, the daily chart. If you're a long-term investor, you would look at a chart to understand an asset and to see where are key support levels. A key support level is somewhere where you see how there's a bunch of candles that kind of end in this range. Look right here. A bunch of candles end in this range. This is what you call a key level of support. And historically, once you get back up to another, that same key level, there's going to be another battle. Battles happen significant places where they used to happen. So when you're reading the chart, you just look for places where the price action became like that offensive, defensive pushing match, because the same people who bought right here and then held it all the way back down, once it gets back up there, those are the people who become the sellers. You know what I'm saying? I bought something at the top. Bitcoin was at $60,000. I bought it. I got my first Bitcoin, $60,000. Yeah. Then the price fell out. Damn. I held that thing all the way down. I just became a long-term holder. Now the price goes up. As soon as it hits back 60 and I break even, I feel this sense of relief. Now I'm the seller selling to somebody else. So these charts, what they represent truly, and the reason why we're able to use them to get a hint, not to give you a certainty, but to give you a hint, is because they represent market psychology. So you can imagine what somebody is going through if they buy here, right? If they buy here, maybe they're going to sell before it gets back to their original price. There's another thing that we can overlay on this chart. It's called the volume. And it will show you at the bottom big candlesticks to say, like, you know, right here, there was a lot of people who bought. And over here, there wasn't a lot of people who bought. And those things you add together. I'm not going to give you the whole charting lesson, but these are the main things. This is what a candle is. This is what it represents. The areas of key support are what you're looking for. The trends are also what you're looking for. From here to there, it's going down, my friend. This trend is down. This trend is up. That's pretty much charting in a nutshell. You're looking at human psychology. If everybody's buying, it will go up. If everybody's passionate about buying, it will go up. If everybody's passionate about selling, it will go down. And when it goes down to a key support level, that's the main area where you want to buy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we started this on so we were going to talk about NFTs, crypto, and man just got a quick lesson on 2 tools that they could use if you want to dabble in some or more research.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, go to tradingview.com and just look at the chart. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have you don't have to trade anything, but you can look at. During the pandemic, I was looking at probably, because I wanted to learn, 50 to 80 charts per day. And it doesn't have to take long. Like, you can look at the chart, you look for the key things. Is it up or down? Okay, what's the trend in the last? How do I flick the different settings? Is it up or down? Where's the key support levels? Next chart. Is this chart garbage? Is this something that started at up here and it's just been down ever since? Okay, cool. This is garbage. Is this something that has been progressively up? Okay, maybe I look closer. And you just look at those things. You know what I'm saying? How does this compare to Bitcoin? And you put the Bitcoin chart and then you look at that chart. What's the opportunity cost? If I invested in this when I could have been invested in Bitcoin the whole time, what would have been a better decision? Well, if it's not better than Bitcoin, then shit, I'm not touching it. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
these are some things that you could do for homework. But I know we just turned into a whole technical analysis show.
right. But hey, you know what? This is what degening is all about. Like, you just start jumping into these different wormholes of information, and you just come out. I feel more empowered, even if you're not using every aspect. I feel like there's something about being able to have a conversation with people, and offer information that they might not know, or maybe they are privy to that information, but you're now able to carry a conversation with them because you also have either just a broad understanding, or you can get even more specific too. Like, those things are necessary in day-to-day life, especially as everything becomes more financialized. We're going to need financial literacy. People are gonna need to be able to like learn these things and have conversations about these things, even at the dinner table, at a passing. Like, who knows? One day we might just be thinking like skins and NFTs and stuff like that might just be everyday conversation because think about like fashion in certain areas fashion is talked about daily, but now you can trade those items.
Yo, and think about a website like StockX. Have you ever looked at it?
Nah.
So, yo, this is an amazing website, and while I'm talking about it, I'm gonna pull it up on my computer. But StockX, they basically created markets for the the most elite fashion items. So, like sneakers, apparel, things like Jordans, Yeezys, Dunks, and whatever. And so, traditionally, you go on somewhere like a eBay, right?
Mm.
And you would see um, like thousands of listings for the same shoe, right? And they'd all be different.
Yeah.
But what StockX does is they create one listing for each item and they aggregate all the different people that are selling that same item, and all of their selling prices are just like in the stock market
Mhm.
or just like in crypto markets. Those represent all the offers or all the ask prices.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And then people can come in and they can bid, and then it has a true market for each item. So you
Wow.
can see how much are your J's actually worth in a live market right now. So these Jordan 4 retros, 11 Lab 4 black, 100% authenticated. You can look at them from all around. You can see how much it is to buy them right now or how much you can sell them for right now. The last sale was at $563 Canadian, and that is a 4.5% increase from the sale before that.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So
That's
this is
crazy.
a true market. And look, oh wait, they
It's
have
got
a
a
chart.
chart.
And you know why they have a chart? Because it's not because only stocks are able to have charts. All things that have a market can be represented by a price chart. Each little point on this thing just represents a transaction that happened in time and how much people were willing to buy or sell and meet in the middle. So in February 21st, 2018, people were willing to trade this item for $293 Canadian. Currently, people are willing to trade this item for $623 Canadian. Okay. And so you can see the all-time range. This is where they truly have created markets for items. So to your point,
That's crazy.
fashion is something that's talked about everywhere, but the financialization of these assets, the financialization of everything, it makes it so that, yeah, cool, you can just do this stuff for fun, but like the person who has the information asymmetry has the upper hand.
Yep.
And so the more research you do, not just on the items that you're buying, but on the markets that they're selling in, on the technology that they're running on their history, on the people who are running like anything you can do to get information asymmetry is going to put you a step ahead of the competition. Please hit like and subscribe on the damn channel.
Dropping gems, bro. Dropping fire right now. Still dropping some fire right now. I mean, that's why we started the First Class podcast, because we wanted to be able to share these conversations, have these conversations, and share these conversations live and pre-recorded interviews with people who are just kind of on the same wavelength, seeing kind of the same vision that we are headed in a direction where things aren't really working as some people have planned. And technology is taking over in a way that we've never seen before. And certain things are becoming, or I would say nobody ever would have thought that internet money, if you want to call it like in a boomer language, internet money would be so valuable and like looked at as in some cases a replacement for IRL ledger money. You know, like things that people just say IOUs in. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
Well, yo, I could go off on it forever, but like we talk about Bitcoin and the volatile assets, which do a good job or to some degree help you protect your wealth over time, because we see how the price of a specific pair of shoes tripled over like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, not everything in life is going to triple over the course of time, but like there's that that paradigm with crypto and NFTs about like preserving wealth and all that kind of stuff. But there's other aspects of the technology that is just extremely useful.
Mm-hmm.
And on the episode that we had released most recently, we talked to the founder of Alex, which is a DeFi protocol on Stacks. And she was talking to us about stablecoins and like a real world use case for why stablecoins are more powerful than regular currency. If you're doing international business and I'm buying merchandise from a manufacturer that's in another country, already there's a time of making the product, shipping the product. But why would you tack on more time for the financial transaction, the wire transfer, and remittance of whatever to take weeks added onto the transaction? If I send you stable coins, depending on which blockchain we're using, the stable coins are there anywhere between 15 seconds and 15 minutes, guaranteed. You can check it. We can all verify it. There's no one in between. So why would we not be using, blockchain money? Why would we not be using stable coins to have ultimate finality right now that we can guarantee instead of waiting for our stuff to go through Swift and like Fedwire? So crypto is going to disrupt a lot of stuff, and that's why I'm excited about it, man. If stable coins all were one cryptocurrency, they would represent $162 billion of market capitalization. The entire crypto industry today is 1.3 trillion. So we're looking at like 11% of all crypto is in stable coins. So like no matter how far we get away from like traditional finance and like centralized finance, the US dollar and other sovereign currencies, like we use them every day. So putting them into a digital form, they're already, most of them, like 90% of currency is already digital, but putting them into a blockchain ready, not CBDC Fed coin, but putting them into like an open, accessible monetary network that everybody can access and everybody can use, it only makes finance easier for everybody. It only makes transactions easier for everybody, faster, more accessible, more efficient. And you know what? I think as time goes by, why the hell would we not want that?
Exactly. And I think it kind of it makes the economy even bigger because now you have more people that are able to participate within the global financial system. Like think about how many people who don't have access to a bank account that can't participate in the global financial system. Like now they become a part of that global financial system, and it allows wealth to be redistributed. It allows the playing field to be leveled for many, many people because now they can partake in some of these vehicles. They can get loans and buy and build businesses, buy property, own things, and it's protected by themselves, not by some shady guy in a back room.
Self-sovereign, man. Self-sovereign. You can decide what you want to do when you want to do it. And you don't necessarily need to have a bank account to get access to crypto, man. They got all kinds of platforms where you can trade. For example, I can buy an Amazon gift card and I can trade that with somebody else for Bitcoin and pay a premium. So like maybe I can buy a $20 Amazon gift card and I can get $15 worth of Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? And then now I'm in that crypto economy. And so it's one of those things where, yeah, it's definitely for everybody, the unbanked, the underbanked, and the banked who want to do sophisticated things, the people who just want to do it more efficiently, and the people who didn't have any way to do it before. That's why it's exciting.
That's an invisible mic.
I don't know if
I wouldn't drop my actual mic.
Yeah, but yo, tell me something good, man. I know you've been looking into some NFT gaming and whatnot. What's the latest over there, man?
I don't have anything necessarily mind blowing, but I'm sure you've probably heard of these guys. StepN.
Is that the
I'll send you a link right now.
You want to share that, John?
Share from your side so that I don't mess with the stream here.
Okay. Is that the thing where people are walking and they're earning money?
Yeah. So
That's mad.
it's interesting because I've seen some people tweet about it, about the platform and how you can buy these NFTs and they represent running shoes and there's different tiers and stuff like that. And if you go walking, if you go running, you earn you can pretty much get paid. You can earn up to a couple $100 a day actually. So I was interested in it and I actually came across a video and this guy, he was talking about how this app, which is StepN, allows you to earn money. And so he did an experiment. He's like, he wanted to see if you could rock multiple cell phones and have multiple NFTs on each cell phone and earn more money. So he actually was earning like, I think about a couple $100 a day.
What?
Yeah, with five
From
cell phones.
from walking?
From running. So he would run a specific route and it would pay him. So if we go over the how to, so there's different types and you have to do a certain distance. So it actually is pretty tough to do if you're not capable.
Choose a sneaker that fits your fitness level.
Hmm.
You only earn when you have an NFT sneaker and move outdoors with GPS.
Yeah. You have to go a certain speed and you have to go a certain distance.
Woody Bumba.
Yeah.
Find a sneaker from in the marketplace.
So this is
Mm,
on the Solana blockchain.
wow. Okay. Then sneaker
JB in the
detail
cut was
page.
good, bro.
Higher quality sockets boost the gems attribute. Yo, fam, have you tried this?
No, I have not tried this.
Repair after moving outdoors. So that's like the cooldown. So you don't just max out and take
Yeah.
all their liquidity.
Mhm.
So yo, I okay. Okay. I'm soaking this in before I say what
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. Equip your sneakers, move outdoors, burn your energy, and earn handsome rewards. Oh, okay. So this is poetry now. Move outdoors, handsome rewards. Okay, I feel you. Measure running with your GPS. Bomb bomb. Yo, it does look like the UI is like very appealing.
Yeah, it looks very, very clean. Like it looks
Swap to
clean.
USDC.
Yes.
This is where they win. You actually
Yes.
can get them dollars, them
Hmm.
things. So it's not just some garbage coin that you can't use anywhere for anything. Okay. All right. This is pretty good. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool.
So here's the thing. I I
Go.
I want to see because you're the financial guy, and I feel
Yeah.
like some red flags are kind of coming in your head right now because you're like, this looks cool. The UI looks cool. You're on the white paper now. Are you seeing any red flags with this?
Um, I- I'm gonna tell you about the flags that I see.
All right.
Okay. Um, I don't know if it's necessarily red flags. It was more a comment on this type of like they make money when people buy the shoe from the marketplace and then people run and they earn rewards from this emission pool that they probably have of whatever it is that's their token. Usually, this is how projects go. They launch a token, they keep a certain amount for emissions to attract liquidity, and then they just hope that the marketplace catches up so that they could generate enough money to sustain these this like emissions, these rewards.
Hmm.
But people have to have some reason to keep buying stuff. So are there like boosts or is there like a reason that people would keep injecting more money into this instead of just having that first pair of shoes? Like to repair their shoes, is there something that they have to continually buy? So
So the
this is a
only
Ponzi.
yes.
This is a Ponzi.
Yes. You see, this is why I like this guy. He's too smart. You can't get one over on him. This is a Ponzi scheme. Like the
Straight Ponzi,
only way
fam.
you can get new money into the ecosystem is new people have to come and buy sneakers.
It sounds good.
It sounds so good. It sounds so good until you look at the economics of it and then you realize. So the people at the top, the people who got in early, they definitely are winning. But the people who
And
are
they're
coming
definitely
in,
recruiting people like freaking MLM because
mm,
who's first of all, there has to be buying pressure on the token that you're earning rewards in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we go back to thinking about the charts, right? If everybody is getting the token for free, then they would sell it at any price, because anything is profit if your cost basis is zero. So there has to be something that drives demand for this token so that on the other end, somebody can buy it from you. You see what I'm saying? The cool thing about crypto is like you don't need to actually trade with a person. It's peer-to-peer when we transfer, but you're normally trading with a protocol. So they have a pool, a liquidity pool that has two assets, and you put one in and take the other out. Meaning, like there's an infinite buyer for your garbage token. It's just a pool of capital that they created. You see what I'm saying? If they created the demand for the token you're getting, then the price of that thing wouldn't just infinitely go towards zero. Other people would be buying it. But on the chart, we saw that like, there's certain points in time when the price got so low that people were like, I gotta scoop this up, and they push the price back up. And then it goes down and up and down and up. I guarantee you, if we pull the chart of whatever that token is straight down into the right.
Most likely.
I don't even like. What is it? What's it called?
I saw GST.
GST. All right. Well, while you're still looking, while you're still talking about, I'm looking up.
Yeah. So I came across this one and I thought it was an interesting NFT gamified way of fitness game or whatever you might call it. But it was very interesting because the video that I was watching, he was kind of poking fun at it. He was like, "Yo, like this is interesting because you can make money from it." And he was trying to beat the system. But in doing that, he was exposing at the same time that the only way new money comes into the ecosystem is if people buy new sneakers. And there are different tiers of those sneakers, as we saw on the website. Like you can buy even way more expensive ones that can get you more rewards. So I'd imagine that it's just like an infinite amount of GST that they're giving out.
Right here it says that I'm looking for the supply. It's not showing me the supply right now. Showing me the market cap rank. Market cap rank is 427th. Is it called Green Satoshi Token?
Yes.
Okay, the market cap is 54 million, which sounds like a lot, but it's really small. And it does 8 million trading volume per day. The chart it actually only begins in December of 2021, so it's almost six months old. It began at $1.55, and right now it is $3.15, but it is down 52% in the last 14 days. So, I don't know. Yeah. I guess time will tell.
And according to their white paper, the GST has an unlimited supply. It was earned when a user moves in solo or background mode. To provide liquidity, 60 million GST were created. And then it goes into more kind of technical stuff here.
Yeah, you're right. Circulating supply right now is 17 million. Total supply, 35 million. Max supply, infinite. Well, hey, man, I say this. This is just a very cool way to, first of all, it's a great incentive to get people up and moving. People can get behind that. So with the right influencers bumping it, people will pool in, especially because it's only $54 million and it only does $8 million in volume per day. Volume means if I trade something to Jimmy and I pay $100 for it, and that's the only trade that happened in a day, it did $100 in volume. So $8 million in volume means that there's $8 million worth of people buying or selling it, because there's a buyer for every seller per day. You see what I'm saying? So that's thin liquidity, bro. Like that's not a lot. Like how Bitcoin is doing billions. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if one person decided that they wanted to buy like $100,000 of that stuff, they wouldn't be able to. They would, but the price would move like crazy just off of that one transaction. This is basically yield farming. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in DeFi, you can stake, you can yield farm, you can be a liquidity provider. Um, and whatever you do, those are just incentivized by that protocol giving emissions. So when you provide two tokens to a pool, they give you emissions from the DEX as an incentive. This is the same thing, except you don't have to provide two tokens into a liquidity pool. You don't have to stake something. You don't have to do any of those cool things. You just buy their NFT and run around town, and it's basically yield farming, but you burn calories, which is, it's not bad, it's just different. I think if they find a way to drive demand for their token, it could last, but for now it's a Ponzi.
Do you feel like that's like a sentiment that most NFT, like people who are against NFTs, that's a sentiment that most of them have. Like this seems like a Ponzi scheme or a money laundering scheme.
But I mean, think about it like this way: you could buy a pair of shoes and a Fitbit, and they ain't gonna pay you a damn thing, and you're still gonna run around the block. So it's like, it depends what angle you come at it from. It's really all the incentives that matter. If this helps you get up and get running, then how can I knock it? I just want everybody to understand that, like, not everything that has a price is an investment, and not everything that's on the blockchain is going to go up in value. Not everything that has a price is an investment, fam. Just because it has a chart and there's a market for it, it doesn't mean that it's something that you can store your wealth in. So I think that's more where I'm critically coming from, because I tend to be an investor. But for as far as like the technology, yeah, it's cool, man. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's cool that you could find a tribe of people who are all buying into these type of shoes, and they're going running together, and they're comparing numbers, and they're keeping each other motivated, holding each other accountable. Like that's a big part of what all
Yeah,
this stuff is about. And so, like, I wouldn't knock that. I
that's
wouldn't knock
true.
that at
That's
all.
true. That's very true. JB said they got a partner with Nike, and then I can use my tokens to buy Nikes.
Yo, imagine that they wait, didn't Animoca do something like that where they put out some shoes that you could actually get the actual shoes in real life? Or no, that was who didn't Nike partner with a real
I don't know.
company?
We'd have to get
I'm
JB on that.
JB, where are you at, man?
He said he's
Um,
on mobile trash service. I told him to call in.
Call in, fam. But no, there is Nike did do a brand deal with one of these NFT companies. We'll save that for next week, man.
Yeah,
We'll save that for next week.
gotta get that. We gotta get the alpha from JB because he's got all the notes. RTFK, they did.
Artifact, it's called.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said artifact RTFK.
yeah, and yo, their shoes look
Jeez, pull
cold.
that up. Pull that up.
Okay, hold
Shout
on,
out to
hold
everybody
on.
in chat right now. Shout out to JB. We had who do we have earlier? I didn't shout out him. We had
Okay, hold
Sean. We
on.
had Sean Wilson. Sean Wilson earlier. Shout out to you guys. Everybody in the stream right now. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're live every Tuesday, 10 p.m. Courtney's pulling up this
Artifact
ooh,
for their head top. Yo,
ooh. Already like just ooh, look at those dunks though.
fam, don't even get me started. I was cheese. Yeah, I know. And yo,
When
they
they were
have, they,
no, when they
and they have,
drop.
and they have augmented reality too. So the floor price right now, because of the crypto dip, you can get these for under five. Well, that's under 5 bands USD. But yo, so the cool thing about these is that when you scoop them,
Yeah.
you can look at them on your feet in real life in augmented reality. Yes. And so you see how some of them are like the same. It's because you have to apply this like canister of whatever, and then it turns your shoe into something else. So like,
Yo,
I
look
don't
at
know,
this one.
bro. Look
Are
at
you
these.
dumb? Oh my gosh.
Look at these. These are gold.
Yo, you know what's crazy though?
These are gold.
Like imagine like you see how like Nike's is dropping these? These are kind of like one of ones.
Right.
Eventually, like I know 3D printing right now is not really hot, but imagine you can create these one-on-one things like you're saying, augmented reality, so that when we're walking, like other people are seeing them, except it's the same sneaker. Like you're just wearing the same sneaker, but other people see it as these one of ones when you're walking in the streets. That's kind of
Yo,
crazy.
look at these Clone X's also from Artifact.
This is cold.
Yeah.
This is cold.
So they're out there. They're doing some things. And of course, Nike's not gonna partner up with some slouches. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, of course not. I
These are
just
like
can't wait.
14 ETH floor.
I can't wait until these have like day-to-day avatar type uses.
Okay, yo, you just put something on my mind. Yo, imagine you could buy like you know HoloLens.
No, I'm not
Do-
familiar with that.
Oh my gosh. I think
Bro,
it's called
I can't keep
Microsoft
up
HoloLens.
with
You
half the
can't,
technology
bro.
that's
You
out here,
can't,
bro.
bro. You can't. You
This
can't. I
okay, so
don't.
this is like the Oculus of for Microsoft. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but it's way iller.
Oh, damn.
It's
This
way
Oculus
iller.
is on some next level. So if this is iller, then I
It's
need to
way
know more
iller.
about this.
Like I'd pull up a video, but I don't want to just accidentally pull up something crazy right now because I
Yeah.
didn't pre-vet it.
No worries, no
Um,
worries. Yeah, because people be wilding out here.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? More or less though. So imagine you put on Microsoft HoloLens. You're walking down the street and you see how it's clear, right? So you can actually wear it in the street and you could be walking on the street. Like in the demo video, people are doing surgery with it from a remote location, like all kinds of, or they're doing surgery in the place and there's an overlay on the people's organs, or they're doing a meeting where like there's a table with nothing on it and there's like blueprints of
Yeah.
a building they're going to build or whatever. Okay, so now having that in your mind, I'm walking down the street with my HoloLens and I'm running an app that's like, yo, I don't know. It's called Artifact app. And anybody who has an artifact, they don't look like a real person. They look like whatever it was, those creatures that
Their
we were just
avatars,
looking
yeah.
at. Their avatars with their whole fit on, the shoe
Yeah.
game, all that, fam. How cold like that?
That is
People
where
would
we need to be.
people would pay a stupid
I
bag.
just don't want to wear that stupid helmet on my head in the streets.
No.
Yeah.
There's a iller one. There's a iller one.
I'm opting in when it's a contact lens. I could do shades like glasses, like regular shades, but I'm opting in on the contact lens.
Bro, there's a iller one. That's smaller.
So
I'll
are some
find
of
it and
these
I'll let you
claimed
know.
already, or does it work?
The shoes?
Yeah, he was asking if some of those shoes are claimed already.
I think all of the 20,000 of them are claimed. You have to buy them on secondary.
Yeah, those ones, those NFTs definitely look colder than the Azuki ones. But there's probably it's probably a little corp. The reason I think personally is Azuki's is probably a more community based, whereas the Nike ones are probably a more like corporate hype.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. Oh man, I'm hyped.
Yeah, JB, I agree, yo. It's got to be a contact lens. It's got to be literally like it's not bulky. I can go to bed with it almost. Obviously, I don't suggest that.
I think a contact lens is like would be cool, but I don't want to put in a fucking contact lens now.
I
So
know I
what's gonna
don't.
make me want to put in a computer contact lens that could shock me?
And that's why I think the technology has to be good enough that you don't need to take it off.
We're getting into some
Real, yeah,
some scary
Black
hours,
Mirror
man.
type stuff.
Yeah, like okay, I'm trying to pull up this one. There's a company called Vuzix, right? And they collaborated with Microsoft to make some smart glasses. But I'm just trying to find the name of it so that I can give you a better video. Matter of fact, go on and then I'll pull it up.
Yeah, I just feel like in order, if I had 14 ETH, I'm buying that and holding. It looks clean, bro. And I feel like anything that you do with a cultural icon like Nike is definitely going to have some lasting power. And anytime they put some media hype behind it, you already know that floor is going up. More stylish glasses, so they come in all types of styles. Yeah, I feel like you should definitely have options. If they do something like that, you gotta have the options available. Contact lenses definitely has to be one of them. And then have like some sleek glasses, or even if there was like some sort of like nice thin frame. It's a thin frame, and then it just has like a. It doesn't even look like you can see it. That would be some cold ish.
Oh man. All right, fam. I'm about to pull this up.
But I guess what does it matter if everybody's seeing VR stuff if you're wearing some bulky, bulky glasses?
Yo, I'm about to pull this up. And so
Let's see.
forgive me if this is underwhelming, but I thought this was
He
cold.
thought it was cold back when he first saw it, but now,
No, it is cold. It is cold. I
oh, okay,
reserve the
okay.
right to still believe this is cold. I'm just saying if like
Let's see. Let's see. Let's
you
see.
make your own judgment.
For real,
Oh wait,
Jay.
hold on. I gotta my fault. I'm a rookie. I gotta share the audio because they have tracks. They have
Hey, what kind of
tracks.
tracks? Is it copyright?
Okay, I don't know.
Nah,
Probably
don't play it.
not.
Don't play the track. Don't play the
No
track.
music.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Just in
fine.
case. Just in case.
We'll just do a good old fashioned Professor Sticks reacts.
I lie.
But yo, Vuzix was a stock that traded on the market. It went crazy when everything went crazy, and it's probably like you probably would have lost your mortgage if you're still invested in it.
Damn.
But yo, so right here you can see like
Okay.
yeah, they have glasses. There's something that is a camera that picks up what's in front of you, but I believe it actually shoots something directly back onto your eye. So you have like a heads up display in real life.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying? So it can look at what you're seeing and then project back at your eye so that it's overlaid over what you're actually seeing.
As a
And
gamer, that's just cold already to me because I would love a
yes,
heads up display in real life.
yes. And the thing is, it integrates with Microsoft Teams and WebEx, fam. So you can actually be in a video call like we are right now, and I could be showing you the applications that they talk about are like, okay, so you're own a business and you don't want to travel all the way to a work site to see how things are going on the work site, then you can do a virtual meeting and
Mm-hmm.
go see your warehouse. You can, talk to somebody who's walking you through an inventory. But I say you could walk down the street and show off your NFT
That's
catalog
the
to a man.
that's the consumer application.
And it's not super bulky like the Oculus where you're
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
you're clumsy and you're vulnerable. You
yeah,
couldn't bring it in public. This one is more it still looks crazy, but remember in 2007 when everybody had that damn uncle who had a fat ass cell phone clip on his hip and that big Bluetooth that dangled down like Jordan
You
earrings.
gotta
Yeah.
hold them like you gotta hold it like this, yo.
But that man was a baller though.
You're
But that man
right.
was a
He
baller.
was. He
He
was.
yo, he had the Bluetooth because he was busy. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
But
I knew uncles who used to literally just have a Bluetooth in ear, not taking no calls. They just had the Bluetooth in ear, and honestly, that influenced mans. Because then when I was old enough to own a Bluetooth, I had the Bluetooth in ear just to just look like I was a boss,
just to know, yo, I got calls coming in. I gotta be ready.
right? As used to have the pagers, just like you, but not nobody's paging them, but they just had the pagers, yo, on the side of the hip pocket.
Trust me, that's the era we're in right now. We're in the terrible UX experience, right? We're in the terrible UX era. And I mean, yo, even YouTube, people don't even remember YouTube used to have a different logo. Every great thing has to start out kind of
Mm-hmm.
cringe. And I think a lot of crypto, like it's not user friendly.
Nope.
It's hard for people to get onboarded. It's hard for people to wrap their head around certain concepts because we still want to explain to people like transactions per second and like proof of work and proof of stake. Like people don't give a damn about that unless they're into technology. People just want to know like, yo, I can buy a pair of clothes
Mm-hmm.
that I don't actually ever wear, but like I wear them when I'm in the virtual world. Sick.
That's
Show
it.
me how.
That's it. Yo, it's crazy to me that back when I was like 15, 16, I only spent my money on like trading cards,
I
toys,
I buy hella hats.
Pokemons, hats. You know what I'm saying? Simple clothing, bro. Kids are
T-shirts.
trading NFTs now. Kids are trading $1,000 items. Like it's crazy to me what kids are trading now. Like kids have, if you looked at their their skin collections in Fortnite, if it was an NFT value, they might have stuff worth a couple million. And that's insane to me. And that's why I like going to how we started the show off when we were talking about some of the trading tools and just learning little things about the financial system. That's why financial literacy is so important. Not only just like the basic stuff of budgeting, saving, and all that stuff, but I think it's going to be further more important that people, in order to kind of multiply their bags, preserve their bag, and preserve their time equity, we'll call it, preserve their time equity, they're gonna have to learn how, first, all things are becoming financialized, and they're gonna have to learn how to use some of these tools. And so, like, we gotta make sure that shows like this, I know Bankless is a good one too that I listen to. These types of shows that teach us about non-traditional finance, teach us about, you said it great earlier. I can't repeat it how you said it, but it sounded like some bankless type thing for the unbanked and for the say
Oh,
it again. Say it again.
for the unbanked, the underbanked, and the banked who want to do the sophisticated things,
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
it. Yo, actually, our last conversation with Chante from Chinta Su from Alex. Yo, they just actually announced Alex 2, which is like the sequel to their initial protocol that they launched on like January 18th. They've
They be
been
working,
shipping
bro.
updates like crazy. They just launched a white paper for their second version. And one of the things that's on there, she talked a lot about creating a decentralized financial services protocol for anybody in the world to be able to access, where nobody in the world could tell them what they can and can't do. And a big part of her whole thesis was like, what do you do at a bank? You borrow, you trade, you save, you take loans. It's like those are the main things. So one of the things that I'm excited about that they're bringing out is this borrow and lend, and you're going to be able to like just literally have USDC, which is dollars, backed by dollars, and just deposit it and get like 3-4%, just like 400, 500, 800x what I'm getting at my bank right now. So like those are the little things that are like not really like sexy and head turning, but I'm truly actually excited for that, because like some of the best stuff in all of crypto is just the things that we really want to have as regular people, but we can't get them.
Yeah.
Like I just want somewhere where I can, like, if I go to work and I make money, like I just want somewhere I can like keep my money in the interim until it's time for me to spend it without it just decaying. And so, like, to your point, like, yeah, for the unbanked, underbanked, and the people who are banked, like there's certain things that we're all looking for, depending on where you're at. And you just gotta know where to look, right? So that's what we're here to do. Here to introduce you to concepts, ideas, opportunities. Definitely never telling you what you should do, but giving you access to the ideas of what we're doing and what other people are doing and what we think would be cool for people to do. Because it's so early, man.
Super
And
early.
people say that all the time, but realistically, think about it. Bitcoin started like what, 2008, launched in 2009. So what's that? 13 years. 13 years is not even enough time for you to graduate high school. Meaning, um, the people who are invested in crypto right now, like they knew a time when it didn't exist. Do you know a time when YouTube didn't exist? We did, but some people don't. You know what I'm saying? Do you
Crazy.
know a time when the internet didn't exist? I remember like it probably existed, but not like mainstream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
But
some
like,
people don't even know about dial up.
you
A
feel
lot of
me?
people don't know about dial up.
So like that's how I'm trying to frame it, as in how early we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you watch VHS?
Yep.
It sounds like it's old as hell, but like, yo, we grew up watching VHS, fam. And so technology goes exponentially. 13 years is literally the blink of an eye. We haven't even got started, fam. Stablecoins are only 162 billion dollars worth of market capitalization. The entire world's wealth, I believe, is like 400 trillion. So like we got some room. We got some room. And that's including real estate, stocks, bonds, equities, like all that kind of stuff. So there's still some room to run. It's early. Even if you take a loss, you can make it back. It's not important specifically what you get into, as long as it's not garbage. It's more about the contributions and the consistency and continuing to do the research. The most powerful thing you could equip yourself with is more information.
Educated decisions, not emotional.
Hmm.
Let's get it. Hey, man, you got any last things?
Yo, my last thought is don't take this stuff too serious, fam. You know, take it serious, but like go outside and take a walk too.
Real talk.
Go outside, take a walk. Crypto will be here tomorrow. It will be here next year. Don't feel like you're missing the boat. If you're ever too excited, don't do it. If you ever feel guilty, it's not that big a deal. So just, you know what? Let's do this thing together, man. Hold each other accountable and hold each other up, because both sides of the coin, you need them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Final things. Make sure you guys just like the video, hit that subscribe button, share this with a friend who's interested in crypto, talking about economy, the markets, whatever. Like, yo, just share this podcast with them. And if you are on the podcast, also, leave a what do they do on Spotify again?
On Spotify, they got ratings.
Ratings, yes.
Hit that 5-star. Be the first. Be the second. Maybe my mom left a rating.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If not, be the first.
Be the first. And then if you're on iTunes, rate, comment. We appreciate everybody that comes through, man. We really do appreciate everybody that comes through. And shout out to JB in the chat.
JB will be back soon. Probably not next week, though, because he's catching touchdowns.
I lie. We'll be celebrating those touchdowns with you. My guy. Appreciate you, Courtney.
Appreciate you, Jimmy.
My guy.
Till next time.
Next time. Peace.
Recording stopped.